Thank you, Chair. Thank you, witnesses, for being here today. Thank you, Minister, for finally appearing. I see that you're found time to be at the Finance Committee on October 20th, but took your time to get here. Minister, the recent MOU signed with Alberta suggested the immediate suspension of the clean electricity regulations. It wasn't in the Gazette this weekend. When will it come into effect?
Okay, so the clean electricity regulations are in effect now, but only begin applying in 2035. They were intentionally given as a long tail for all provinces and territories to be able to work towards
2035?
Yeah, if you look at the way the regulation is drafted, in 2035, that is when they begin to apply.
When will it be published?
So what I'm saying is, in the Memorandum of Understanding, the wording is that I have with the province of Alberta, or we have with the province of Alberta until April 1st to negotiate an agreement where they can show that they have a pathway to meet the objectives of the regulation.
Okay, so all of this is still under heavy negotiation?
It's right in, I can read you the exact wording of the agreement.
So we should presume no elements of this MOU will survive or could survive, or everything is up for negotiation?
What I would tell you is that with all provinces, I have the ability to negotiate a pathway to meet the objectives of a regulation. And I think it's a really amazing thing that Alberta is going to sit down and do that negotiation.
So you suggested earlier in your opening remarks that there was a climate cost of food, yet the industrial carbon tax is still applied to fertilizer production, grain drying, farm equipment, etc. And you've made great speeches in the House to the effect that this is not a tax, has no impact on food prices. Isn't that an oxymoron? I mean, like that's ridiculous. You say there's a cost of food for all these other things, but yet you're taxing the means of production of food, and it doesn't impact the price at the grocery store. Can you explain that, please? Yeah,
I mean, I can even provide the studies to this committee if you want. Absolutely. There are studies time and time again, in fact, that say that the industrial carbon price does not increase the cost of food.
So then what does it impact? Is it just impact the viability of farms, and so farms get smaller?
No, it does. It's actually...
So farms consolidate to bigger farms?
Small farms aren't impacted by the industrial carbon price.
They're not impacted by it all, so the carbon taxes that I'm paying as a producer are what, imaginary?
The industrial carbon price applies to large industry. It applies in different ways in different parts of our country. I pay
carbon tax on the electricity and the equipment and the fertilizer that I use to run my farm. And you say that's imaginary?
I would love to see how you're breaking that down, but what I am telling you...
With dollars! No! With real dollars.
You wouldn't have a line, sir, that says anywhere industrial carbon price.
Because it's hidden, yeah, but the price has gone up on everything.
It's not that. I'm just saying, I don't see where you're seeing it.
Minister, to the next question, are you constitutionally impaired from saying the word oil pipeline?
That's actually a very funny question. Does it matter to you if I use what words I use? I appreciate the
hilarity of it. You know, you said that there was a lot of discussion about the pipeline, but pipeline is a binary thing. It's either we build a pipeline or we don't. There's no middle ground. Do you support a pipeline?
I support our provinces working together if they want to work together. No, but that is what the Memorandum of Understanding with Alberta is about.
Ultimately, it leads to a pipeline or no pipeline, one or the other. Do you support a pipeline?
I support that if the provinces and the Indigenous peoples are in agreement, that then there is a pathway to actually make that happen. But I am not going... What happen? For a pipeline. But what I'm saying, but I think it's really important. I would not override Indigenous peoples' agreement, and I would not override the province of British Columbia, which is what the Conservatives say they would do. So
the province of British Columbia has a veto?
The Prime Minister has been clear.
The Prime Minister has sole responsibility under the Constitution and C5.
You are repeating again the Conservative line that you would override the provinces and Indigenous people.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. There's a lot of interrupting. I think it would be nice to give ample time to respond to questions.
Appreciate the point.
As I said, the Prime Minister has been clear, and he said it in the House of Commons, that there needs to be agreement from the province of British Columbia and of Indigenous peoples, and we're not going to override, the jurisdiction of
veto.
our provinces, and we're not going to override the rights of Indigenous rights holders.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.